Hi, guys, and welcome to some Division discussion. I'm your host, Mighty Mr. Mustache, the mightiest mustache in the universe. I'm here to talk about the Division for a few minutes. There's been a huge discussion going on in some of the groups I follow about the need or the desire for the Division to have a separate server for the Dark Zone. Specifically, one that has no PvP option. So it would be something like the new survival mode, where you could choose to go in and not have the option to go rogue. Now, let me be clear from the start. I have no real strong opinion about this, but any discussion that makes intelligent suggestions about the future of the game is worth having. There really isn't a bad idea when it comes to increasing the content and variety of gameplay, so this is really more about the different viewpoints I've seen in the conversation and what most of the community seems to want to see happen going into 2017. Aside from the people who get it in their head that we're asking for you to remove PvP completely, and no, that's not what anyone seems to be asking for. There is a group who feel that changing anything in the game is a bad idea. Now that 1.4 Survival 1.5 is here, that should be it. It's human nature. Some of us are allergic to change, and it worries us that the game might go in a direction that we don't find fun anymore. I sympathize, I really do. But there is no way for a game like The Division, which is an MMO RPG shooter type. I know, there'll be comments telling me that it's not, that it's something else, but this is close enough. You can't leave a game like that static and have it survive. This isn't Pac-Man. It's a persistent world game where your character progresses, where you get used to having something to strive for, a new plateau all the time, new content. It needs to be brought in, and if no actual new things to do are on the horizon, then new ways to enjoy the existing content is the next best thing. The majority of the folks who've come out against this notion are of the school that thinks that the Dark Zone was meant to be a rogue's delight, and making a non-PvP option is somehow going against that idea. One of upper echelon gaming's top brass, Manny Santana, said so himself in a discussion on their Facebook page I took part in. He said straight out, it goes against the spirit of the Dark Zone to have a non-PvP version. While I respect that everyone has the right to think what they want, I have to ask, why would adding a non-PvP option somehow ruin the existing PvP? I mean, if you think that your old-fashioned Dark Zone will suddenly be empty as everyone migrates to the new PvE version, then maybe that's an indication that your current DZ isn't as good as you think. I don't buy into the argument that PvPers just don't want to lose the chance to beat up on players who only go into the DZ to get a few gear items. I have more respect for the community than that. I mean, I know what happens, and I know there's always going to be trolls and bullies in every game, but I really don't think that that's the reason people don't want a non-PvP option. I did have a good conversation with one player who felt that before Massive does anything to the PvP aspect of the game, the DZ and other PvP aspects should get some much needed love and attention first. No PvE, no light zone, no non-player versus player dark zone. Let's focus on getting the PvP aspect of the game fleshed out and get it some more love. And I don't disagree. A full-on arena mode or expanding the DZ into other areas should come first, and I generally agree. This opinion isn't against the idea of adding to the game's content or the playability. It just wants to set a priority on what's getting done first. And that's all good, in my book anyway. I might not like the PvP in the Division, but that's just my viewpoint, and mostly because I'm not a big competitive player, and I wholeheartedly agree that making the DZ and other new PvP ideas better is a good direction for Massive to head in. There is room in 2017 for lots of ideas to be included on both sides of the topic. So what's the deal? Why the need for, or maybe the demand for, a player versus environment PvE Dark Zone? Is it just that we always want more? I mean, we got open world bosses and lots of ways to get loot in every game mode, so it isn't about loot, even if some players are still complaining that the best loot only seems to drop in the Dark Zone. We've been assured that this isn't true, but some people will never be convinced. Aside from that, the Division players are starting to suffer from a case of be careful what you wish for. Patch 1.4 made the game significantly easier to play, and let's face it, that wasn't a bad thing. 1.3 was just not enjoyable past a certain point. As it lacked challenge, it just threw impossible enemies at you. That wasn't challenging, that was just annoying. 1.4 brought back some variety in your tactical choices. but maybe we're starting to find that Massive might have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. The ease with which you can farm top-end loot in all game modes means that you're kind of spoiled for choice. And yeah, I know RNGesus can still be kind of a bitch, but unless you're searching for that one perfect piece of gear that's missing from your set, a couple of hours in Tier 5 will give you enough top-end pieces to put together a character who can handle any of the content. And a few sessions like that should see you able to build a pretty decent gear set of some kind, and then build the one you really want from there. The question then becomes, now what? If PvP isn't your thing, you'll absolutely start to feel like there's no challenge, nothing to reach for. You could do everything on heroic level, but that only really drops more of the same gear. Okay, sure, it drops mountains of it, but really you could get the same thing doing normal level a couple of times and not really break a sweat. And no, I'm not suggesting for a second that we return to the crap fest that was 1.3. But maybe when the next gear level arrives, and it will arrive, it could be worth toning down the drop rates just a little. Give every boss a base chance to drop something instead of a guarantee. But change it to drop heavier on items you don't already have. That way you're not, getting nothing, and then 10 pieces you've already got. Or bring back character bonus to drop rates, like scavenging. Seriously, Massive, you guys can make it work. The changes don't have to be massive, and no, I will never stop making that pun. Just tweaks that mean a player isn't fully geared and bored a week after content drops. Another idea could be a raid, a genuine big group raid in the Dark Zone. No PvP, just going in and hunting down a group of NPC rogue agents who have built a small army of Rikers and rioters and are looking to break quarantine by any means they can. And bring back one aspect that has been missing since 1.3, a level of this raid that you will be underpowered for no matter what your build is. Something for the hardcore player to really dig into, with some sweet loot rewards like named raid gear for bragging rights. No matter what side of this discussion you are on, remember to keep it friendly and constructive. The more reasonable and logical the conversation, the more likely it will be to get the attention of the guys at Massive. They've already shown that they are, in fact, listening. So let's keep telling them what we want to see. It's the only way the game will get better. At least better for us. If not, Massive has to guess at what the next thing should be, build it, put it out, and hope we like it. That's the way art works, and this is definitely a piece of art in its own way. It's a game, it's playable, but all they can do is offer it and see what we like. If we tell them what we like and tell them what we really do want to see, that gives them a fantastic direction to go in, and we can hope for better gaming. I've been your host, Mighty Mr. Mustache, the mightiest mustache in the universe. I want to thank you for taking a couple of minutes out of your day to listen to this. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe to my channel and help a fellow gamer out. Have yourself a great day, and have yourself some great gaming.